Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about a pen that I have right here, and that is a Lamy Aion. This is my first Aion. I haven't ever owned one before. I've always been curious about it, but I thought with this dark green finish that I had to get it because it's like one of my favorite colors for cars. I don't know if that makes sense, but I felt like I had to get it, and I did, and I thought I would review it and compare it a little bit in size to a Lamy Safari. Of course, this pen is a little more expensive, but it's not bad. It's like in between an All-Star and a Studio, but it's a super cool pen. And if we change the shot, I'm going to show you what I like about it, and if there's anything I don't like about it. Let us go. Okay, here we are with a close-up shot of the Lamy Aion. As you can see, I also grabbed a Safari because I want to show you both of the nibs and how they are different. But first, let us look at the color of this pen. This is the dark green Aion, and in my mind, it is called British Racing Green Aion. Lamy does not call it that, but it is the perfect British Racing Green color, in my opinion. I'm a little obsessed with that color. I want a Mini Cooper in that color. It's just perfect. It's the epitome of a Mini Cooper color, IMO. Anyway, that's a whole different story. It is a beautiful dark green. On the clip, you have the Lamy logo. It's stamped in there. Then the clip is very straightforward, very squared off. And you can definitely use it to clip it to your shirt, but it feels a little flimsy to me. So, like, you can put it on quite a thick shirt, but I would be fairly careful with this. It does not feel very substantial, in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of this clip. If you look at this pen, it is quite large. So the Safari, in my opinion, also quite a large pen. It is lighter, of course, the Safari, but they're both almost the same length. What I noticed most is that when you uncap this, it still looks very, very long. Before I actually show you guys the nibs and the length uncapped, I want to touch on something that slightly annoys me. And I don't know if this is just my Aion or if it's a general thing, but I can do this. And it doesn't unscrew the section, it's just the cap that moves. So it's not a screw cap, it's a snap cap. But there's like this point at which it just turns. And then if you can move it a little bit when you do this. So I don't know if that's just all Aions or it's just my Aion. But it's kind of weird to me that that happens. Like, it feels like a mistake, you know? It doesn't feel like premium pen. Anyway, let us go look at the nibs and also look at the length of this pen. This is like a beautiful aluminum finish. It's sort of matte-ish. It's kind of like the anodized finish you see on the Studio. If you uncap it, you see that the grip is even more matte, which is nice because it's not slippery at all. It's like really comfortable. As you can see, it sticks out quite a way for me. Like, there's like, it could have been like that big and it would be fine. But for people with big hands, that might be fine. If you compare them, let me see if I can put them together and not have them roll away. You can see they are actually flush. It doesn't look like they're flush, but they are. You can see that the Aion is definitely longer. I know that's a little bit, they will roll away if I stop touching them. It is definitely longer. It's not that much longer. I think it's like no, it's a little over half a centimeter, but it looks and feels just long. Might be my perception, but it feels quite long to me. Then looking at the nibs. So the fun thing about the Aion is that they changed the Nib Shape. The nib in its own right is not that different from the Safari nib, but they just changed the shape. It is a more rounded nib on the Aion compared to the Safari. I believe they are still interchangeable. Like, they haven't really changed the bases of the nib. But it just looks quite cool. You can see. It is April and it's snowing right now, so the lighting is not great. But I'm hoping you can see the difference. So first I thought that they just curved the edges off a little more, but they also changed the tip's shape a little bit. Like, it is actually a different nib. I'm writing on myself. That's great. And I love the look of it. It's just cool. And I must say that the nib I got on my Aion is really nice. It's a really good writer. I actually recently got a Lamy Studio with a 14K nib, and it was really bad. I sent it back. It's getting fixed, but like, you pay a premium for a pen with a 14K nib, you get a bad nib, and then you pay, I don't know, I paid 45 euros for this, and then you get a really good nib. Posting it. You can, it gets a little back heavy. I would not recommend this, but it's possible. If you want a bat to write with, or you have just ginormous hands, like, it's fine. If you have ginormous hands, you can do that. I'm not of the opinion that you should do this. It's also not very secure, so don't wave it around. And I also think it might mess up the finish right here, so I would not, like, in all ways, I would not recommend it. Zero recommendation from me. Anyway, let me zoom in and actually do a writing sample for you of this pen. Let's see if we can get a nice shot of the nib again. You can see I've been doing other writing samples right there. The Joy of Tomoe River. So this is, of course, I have had it uncapped for a long time. This is not an indication of how this pen writes. I've had it uncapped for forever. Okay. Lamy Aion. And this is a medium. Still can't write, guys. Look at that. Nib. And then the ink is a lovely dark green, because of course I had to. It is Diamine November Rain. It's quite a thick grip too. Like, if you like pens with thick grips, this is one that you would like. The nib is great. So with Lamy, it's always kind of like a mixed bag, but this one is a joy to write with, so no complaints. And the fun thing is that you can just, if you have a bad nib, you can of course send your pen back or have it worked on, but you can also order more nibs. Like, if you want a finer nib or a broader nib, you can definitely just change the nib on this yourself. You would, there it is. You would grab onto the sides with a grippy thingy and then just pull it off the feed, and then you're good to go. You can slide on a new one. Anyway, lovely pen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about this pen or anything else, please leave them down in the comments. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.